Alexis Schwerha with Campus Reform. Today we're here in Washington, D.C. at George Washington University to talk to students about President Biden's State of the Union. The president is set to deliver the speech on Tuesday, March 1st, but what are the most important issues students think he should address? Let's go find out. So with tomorrow's State of the Union address, first question, will you be watching?
Absolutely.
I will be, yeah.
I will be. It should be interesting.
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
Why are you guys watching?
I'm curious what Joe Biden has to say, especially regarding foreign policy.
Same thing, but I also think domestically we have there are a lot of issues that need to be resolved.
It's really important for students to be watching our president and making sure that he's addressing these situations.
It's important to know what the president is thinking and what his plans are for the future.
It's important to know what our president wants to do with our country.
It's important that as a U.S. citizen, I watch it and understand what's going on.
Is there anything that you hope the president addresses during the State of the Union?
I would like to see him talk about Ukraine. I've been really disappointed with the United States' reaction.
I hope he talks about the whole Russia situation, talk about China specifically, anything about Taiwan, the entire southern border.
The Ukraine situation, there's been talk about Putin with nukes and stuff, addressing that, kind of cooling down everyone's worries.
Obviously, the crisis in Ukraine, plans for domestic policy. I'm not sure the president has made a lot of progress.
I think that he should continue to promote peace, hopefully support Ukraine in any way that the U.S. possibly can.
The White House has come out and said they did revise the speech in order to focus more on the situation happening in Ukraine. Do you think the president has handled it well so far?
I'm actually from Russia. I don't think he's handled it the best. There were definitely more actions that could have been taken sooner. Biden has made it significantly harder for us to get more oil. Right now, our allies need oil to become less dependent on Russia and China.
Yeah, he can't really send troops in. Just condemning his actions has been okay, since it hasn't really escalated super far.
He should consider stating something about all the different kinds of support that they've been providing. There is a lot of false information out there right now. Him being transparent would be really helpful for Americans. He's done a lot of tough talk, but we haven't really seen tough actions. I'd like to see actions that actually make Russia think twice about what they're doing.
It's important that we focus on foreign policy right now. The United States, over the last few decades, has had a diminishing place in global affairs. Joe Biden is doing a lot, but definitely could still do more.
A recent poll came out that has his approval rating staggering. It's currently at 37%. Why do you think this is?
A lot of Americans are frustrated that a lot of the promises that were made during the election haven't been made yet. People were expecting things to move a little faster than they are.
He should do a better job about not being so polarized. He should try to bring the two parties together better. That's the most important thing that he should be focusing on.
People just aren't really confident in him. When all the Russia stuff first started, Biden spoke for about 10 minutes, and I think that there's a lot to be said.
What happened in Afghanistan over the summer, that really took a hit. We have inflation going on right now, which is definitely hurting a lot of working class families. And then obviously what's happening with Ukraine is really scaring a lot of people, especially with its impact on energy.
They kind of want to see more action from Biden.
A lot of people are very polarized and they can't take common sense policies at face value. George W. Bush, after 9/11, was the last president to have widespread approval. That says more about us as a society than George W. Bush or Obama or Trump or Biden. Approval rating's not the best metric.
Approval rating doesn't determine everything. I think he's doing okay, but he can do more.
Is there anything that you think President Biden could say in order to get his approval rating up?
There's not much more that he can do right now. Trying to take action, he could talk about their plan to solve the issue.
He should assure Americans that we have to be patient, that progress will come. We just have to commit.
Really talking about Russia and what he's going to do to prevent Russia from creating more catastrophe in Ukraine.
As long as he's willing to acknowledge that more needs to be done and actively share some things that are going on.
Honestly, no, I don't think there's much that he can say. He can do things differently.
Biden should be encouraging European countries to sanction Russian gas. Focusing on SWIFT and getting Russia out of the global financial system is a great step.
Biden will focus speech on peace globally, peace and being able to appeal to the American people.
And then final question, do you think Americans are better off today than they were a year ago?
Our vaccine rates are definitely better. We're definitely still dealing with the impacts of the pandemic, and then you add on what's happening in Ukraine, you add on what happened in Afghanistan.
Yeah, absolutely. COVID's already on the down.
I do. There is a lot of polarization in this country. It is getting better.
In some degrees, I think in other degrees, there are definitely things to improve on, like the economy.
Yeah, especially with the pandemic and everything. The economy was growing for a while. Would I say we're in a much better place? Not so much.